A long time ago, two great friends, Turner and Sandra, had a fight. They both worked as executioners, the ones responsible for executing those sentenced to the death penalty. They normally didn't enjoy their jobs, but that day was special. One of them would be executing a man known all over the country for the many crimes and murders he committed. Thus, the executioner friends had a fight about which one of them would have the honor of executing that horrible criminal. Unfortunately, Turner decided to betray his friend in order to be the one to execute the murderer. He lied about Sandra's sins, accusing him of planning to assassinate the king. They believed him and incarcerated Sandra while Turner was chosen to execute the criminal. And once Turner finally decapitated the thug, he went to Sandra's cell to free him. But he was shocked to discover that his friend had taken his own life. Turner observed the jail cell and discovered that before dying, Sandra wrote on the wall with his blood, "I will come back to get my revenge." And from then on, Turner couldn't spend a single night without having nightmares about his former friend. In his subconscious, Turner had the image of Sandra locked behind bars while bleeding to death. A few years later, filled with great regret and guilt, Turner decided to visit Sandra's grave at the graveyard. He knelt before Sandra's tombstone and started to cry and pray for his soul. But his repentance wasn't enough. Turner stood up to head back home, but then he heard the voice of Sandra saying that his son would die that night due to his betrayal. However, Turner had no children, so he thought it was just a hallucination. However, a cadaverous hand suddenly popped out of the ground. Perplexed, Turner looked at it as he witnessed how the rest of Sandra's skeleton rose from his grave. He was sure it was his former friend. Terrified, Turner raced back home, and as soon as he arrived, he saw his wife crying of happiness. She gave him the news that she was pregnant. In that moment, Turner remembered what Sandra said at the graveyard. Filled with pure horror for the first time in his life, he understood what was about to happen. He locked the door and ordered his wife to lock herself in the room with no explanation. Turner guarded the entrance, wielding his axe and waiting for Sandra to arrive, until he heard his wife screaming. He rushed to the room and saw his wife cornered while Sandra's skeleton approached her. Turner attacked the skeleton from behind. However, he didn't damage it and could only witness how the skeleton stabbed his wife's womb with its bony fingers. She started to bleed until she collapsed and died. Turner then closed his eyes and tried hitting Sandra's skeleton once more with his axe. But when he opened them, he saw his axe lodged into the womb of his former wife.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it. And if you want to see more Draw My Life horror videos, subscribe to our channel. See you in the next episode.